And number 10, Amazon gets it all. Between out-Walmarting Walmart online, to out-bookselling the booksellers, to out-malling the online malls, to delivering groceries and making new inroads in video streaming, Amazon proves that one company can indeed have it all. Add in terrific sales of the Kindle and Fire readers, increasing sales of ebooks, self-publishing eating a large piece of traditional publishers' pie, distributing periodicals now that the company has a color reader, and gearing up to release a content-leveraged pad computer. Amazon is the reverse Google. Like Google, it is trying to have it all, but more like Apple is getting it by creating long-lived, profitable business lines. Amazon will have a terrific year in 2012, regardless of the economic downdrafts all around it. So that's 10, and you may heartily disagree if you wish. We have 5 minutes, 3 minutes, so if you want to have a comment or a question or whatever. We have runners, do we? Turned on? Here's another one behind you.
Or I can use this. Interesting predictions. To focus specifically on the IP issue, though, given some of the public reaction to SOPA and PIPA, isn't it a little bit hopeful to think that the war for IP, as we might call it, is really what the markets themselves are looking for?
Well, I didn't say that the markets were looking for that. I do believe that the economics require it. And those two bills, although they failed, I think you should read this carefully. Everyone that I've talked to is in favor of protecting against piracy. There is no debate there. Everybody I know. The question is, how do you write the bill? And the problem with those bills was Hollywood came in and wrote the bill in a way that scared Google and other people who have websites. But if they had consulted with each other ahead of time instead of doing it the way they did it, they probably could have gotten the wording right. So I don't doubt that even Google, which is probably the furthest over here on this issue, if you wrote a bill that said, we're not going to shut down and take your domain name service away on a whim, you could probably find the wording that they would also sign. I mentioned before, Google joined the IP Protection Alliance because they appear to have a deep belief in what we stand for. So I do believe that everyone in this room, everyone in Washington, both parties, rich, poor, it's one of those things that is delightfully not partisan. And if you can just write it properly, I think you're going to find that the rewrite of both SOPA and PIPA or PIPA are going to get done, and they will get done in a way which satisfies the requirements of safety for American websites.
I agree with you there. Just as a closing comment, though, I think Content Nation is voting on it and changing the landscape. Thanks.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I may get my facts wrong, so please correct me if I do. But the House passed the First to File Act with regards to IP protection in the fall. And I was wondering what your thoughts are on how that might change the competitive landscape in the country.
What are they? What's
The First to File Act? Pact.
Oh.
Yeah, First to File patent. The House passed it, and I don't remember if the Senate actually passed it or is about to. Yeah, that's what I thought. So what was the what would be the effect of that?
Like super PACs? I can't. Oh, thank you.
First to file.
For some reason, I couldn't hear.
I'm sorry.
I was hearing PACT as well.
Yeah, so I was hearing, yeah, okay. We had a really broken patent system, which you would think you couldn't make worse. And I believe we just made it worse. So all the people I know who create incredible inventions don't patent them anymore. Thank you, USPTO. Thank you, U.S. Congress. Everyone's hiding behind trade protection, trade secrets laws. We know that there are teams of people in other countries, as in China, whose only job is to read the patent applications when they're publicized, and then you wait for 7 years to get your patent. No one does that. People aren't stupid in America, especially inventors, especially engineers. So we've made ourselves completely irrelevant. I know it's tough times in terms of budget, but if you wanted to do a few good things that would help this country, I'll tell you two things you'd do. You'd quintuple the budget of the Patent Office. You'd figure out how to have a turnaround in 6 months instead of 7 years. The other money you'd spend on putting some kind of device and broadband onto every student desk in K-12 in America. And those two things would go a long way to solving all of our problems. Thank you.